Yeah, good morning to one and all. So today we will discuss a topic that is a Cobb-Douglas production function. Cobb-Douglas production function in details. Cobb-Douglas production function. So here, as we know that the Cobb-Douglas production function refers the technological relationship between inputs and outputs. So generally, the Cobb-Douglas production function we can write like this. That is a Q is equal to AK alpha L beta or AK alpha L 1 minus alpha. So here nothing but here therefore beta is equal to 1 minus alpha. So here so as per the Cobb and Douglas, there are two people, those who have developed that Cobb-Douglas production function. So on the base of taking that industrial data in US. Okay. So here why it is beta is equal 1 minus alpha. For example, as per them, according to that Cobb and Douglas. So here, so there should be the alpha plus beta value should be equal to 1, should be equal to nothing but here. So here the main motto of this theory, nothing but background of the theory, nothing but see. So generally, the capitalist, nothing but the capitalists exploit that economy, nothing but the capitalists are working for their profits. So therefore, so they want to disprove the capitalist economy. Nothing but they are going to get only equal. Nothing but whatever they are spending 1 rupee, they are getting only 1 rupee. So in order to prove that, so they are taken this alpha plus beta is equal to 0. Alpha plus beta is equal to 0. So therefore, so should be when you are taking if we get like this alpha and beta, if we get alpha plus beta is equal to 1. So what it mean? What do you mean by 1? So it is said to be it is said to be linearly homogeneous Cobb-Douglas production function. So as I told you in the last day also, so when we need to add the coefficient values, coefficient nothing but this is a coefficient of labor, coefficient of capital. So you may have the doubt. So yeah, sir, as we told that in the last day, the Q is function of so many variables. But as per the Cobb-Douglas, they have taken the Cobb-Douglas. There are two people. They have taken only two independent variables only, such as capital and labor. So by using these two only, how much the production has come? Okay, so they have taken only two variables. Therefore, they have added only alpha plus beta value in earlier. So therefore, so if you had, for example, if you take, for example, if Q is equal to AK alpha L beta, for example, if you take, if alpha is equal to 0.6, how much beta? How much beta? So here beta is equal to 1 minus alpha, 1 minus alpha. So here therefore 1 minus alpha is how much? 0.6. So is equal to 0.4. 0.4 is a beta value. Have you understood? So here when we get like this, for example, as per the Cobb-Douglas, the formula is like this. But when you apply in empirically at present, the value will be changes. The value will be changes. Okay. Have you understood? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for example, as you know that, for example, when you take the equations or when you take the values, for example, if you take the data on capital and labor, capital and capital and labor, for example, if I'm saying, for example, you are the one of the your industry, for example, how much capital you are using? You are using 2 machines, 10 labors. The how much output will be there? For example, you can take industry units, for example, industry into 1. So they are using 2 machines. 10 capital. So it may be probably, for example, 100. For example, I am saying 2 second unit, 3 capital and less labor, for example 5 labor, so they are producing 110, for example, like this. So if you take the data on capital and labor and output, capital and labor and output, so if you take so many number of variables, for example, if you take 100 or 200 or 300, as your wish, how many units you need to take, you can take up to 100, up to 200, 300, doesn't matter. Then if you take capital and labor, the output, so here therefore we can write the Q is equal function of capital and labor, so therefore we can write like this in the equation, y is equal, okay, y is equal beta 0 plus beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2, so plus error term, for example. Here it is econometrics model, so generally as you know that on mathematical model, that is y is equal to a plus bx. So there are two independent variables, right? So therefore we can write b1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 plus e nothing but error term, okay. So a is constant, beta 1 is the slope of the x. Here x1 is nothing but, you can assume that capital, beta x2 is nothing but labor. So here also x1 is nothing but capital, x2 is nothing but labor. Or else if you assume that, no problem, capital and labor and capital, doesn't matter. So whatever you are going to take x1 variable, that is whether capital labor, you can take, okay. So here why I mentioned here error, what is e is nothing but error term, error. For example, the output is not only depends on capital and labor, right? Hello, dear students, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, the output is not only depends on capital and labor, right? So the output is depends on so many factors. So therefore some variables we cannot take into consider. So therefore we can add e. The e is nothing but error term. Sometimes instead of e we can use u or epsilon. Okay, so there are more three words are the same meaning. It is error term, or random term, or stochastic term, or disturbance term. Okay, so this is the function we can take into consider. So here when you take the data only these two variables, you need to approach the Cobb-Douglas production function, that is the Q is equal to ak alpha L beta. Okay, so if you take only two independent variables, capital and labor, for example, if you take so many variables such as, for example, output, capital, labor, age of the labor, and experience of the labor, for example, if you take so many variables like this, okay, for example, output 100, capital 2, mission, labor and age of the unit or age of the industry also, if you take, no problem, okay. If you take age of the industry, nothing but they will get some more experience when they are the experience is getting, for example, experience. If you take industrial age, nothing but the age experience you can take consider as labor age, labor experience. So if you take like this data, so you will need to take another formula, that is called Q is equal, okay, Q is equal other variable. For example, if you take AK alpha L beta, then if you take another variable, for example, age is nothing but, for example, if you can assume that A alpha nothing but beta, for example, you can assume any indication for example AI, for example, or experience EX. For example, if you take the alpha nothing but the coefficient of capital, coefficient of labor, but whereas whatever we are going to indicate new variables, the I is nothing but the coefficient of age, X is nothing but experience of the age, experience of the labor. So these are the coefficient values, So therefore here we should have add all the values, that is alpha plus beta plus I plus X. So then only we will come to know that, for example, if the value is more than 1, it is called IRTS. If these values are less than 1, it is called DRTS. If it is equal to 1, that is called CRTS. That is called homogeneous Cobb-Douglas production function. Have you understood a little bit? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for example, I am going to give an example. See, by taking only alpha and beta. Okay. For example, don't confuse. In the empirical, we can use like this. So in the traditional, whatever the according to that alpha, according to the Cobb-Douglas production function, they have taken this one. Okay. Don't confuse. According to the Cobb-Douglas, we need to follow like this. At present nowadays, if you apply the Cobb-Douglas production function, you need to take like this. Okay. So this is empirical. again experimental. Okay. For example, if you take data, for example, yeah. For example, see the production function Q is equal AK alpha L beta L beta. For example, here the coefficient value, if alpha is equal to 0.6 and beta is equal to 0.4. Okay. Sometimes they may write like this also. Q is equal to AK 0.6 and L 0.4. Okay. So it is said to be. It is said. It is said to be what? Yes, please. Let me respond. Yeah, please respond.
Constant linear homogeneous.
See here. See, we should add first. We should add the coefficient value. That is alpha plus beta. What is alpha value? 0.6 plus 0.4. So you will get 1. So when you get 1, that is called constant return to scale or linear homogeneous Cobb-Douglas production function. Linear homogeneous Cobb-Douglas production function. Have you? Yes, please. Have you understood?
Yes.
Yes. At the same time, for example, see Q is equal. Okay, Q is equal AK alpha 0.2 and L 0.6. It is said to be
0.8.
yes. It is said to be what? How much there comes?
IRTS.
Yes,
IRTS.
IRTS,
DRTS, sir.
DRTS. See, we can add the values. First, we can add the 0.2 plus 0.6 is equal 0.8. So, which is less than 1. So, it is called DRTS, diminishing return to scale. Simple here, we need to add the exponent values. Nothing but exponent, nothing but the power of the capital and power of the labor. Nothing but the alpha and beta value. Okay, then only we can say that there is a decrease in return to scale or constant return to scale or increase in return to scale. For example, if you take Q is equal to AK power 0.6 L 0.5, how much it is said to be?
1.1.
0.1.
0.6 plus 0.5 is equal 1.1. 1.1 is greater than 1, right? That is said to be increase in return to
Scale.
right? So increase in return to scale. Have you understood a little bit about the production function?
Yes, sir.
So for example, I am going to show you that one of my paper is there. If possible, I will share you. Just a minute. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
So let's see that I have done one research in the agriculture. See the economics of scale and return on investment on vegetable. How we can say the economics of scale? So by calculating the Cobb-Douglas production function only, we can come to know that whether our farm is getting economics of scale or diseconomics of scale. Am I right? Have you understood the economics of scale and diseconomics of scale? First, let me know. Do you know that what is the economics of scale and diseconomics?
No,
Economics of scale and diseconomics of scale. The economics of scale nothing but when you get greater than 1, that is called economics of scale. When you get less than 1, is greater than 1, less than 1. So that is called diseconomic scale. For example, when you are running a farm, if you are getting greater than 1, nothing but whatever you are investing 1 rupee. For example, So for example, you are running an industry. If your investment is 1 rupee, if you get greater than 1 rupee, that is called 1.5 rupee. That is called economies of scale. For example, if you are investing 1 rupee, but you are getting only 0.8 paisa, 80, that is called 80 paisa. It means that you are getting loss. That is called diseconomies of scale. Have you understood?
Yes, sir. Sir, just like surplus and deficit.
No, you cannot say surplus. Surplus is different and deficit is different. Okay. For example, as you studied here, see what it is. Have you studied this graph anywhere?
Law of returns graph.
No, Afrin? You are too great.
Yes, sir.
Have you studied this graph anywhere?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Non-linear.
Increasing returns, constant return, diminishing return.
So here, when you are increasing the capital and labor, this is the output. So for example, when you are increasing capital and labor, if your output is increases, that is called increasing return to scale. When you are increasing capital and labor, if your output is constant, that is called constant return to scale or homogeneous, right? When you are increasing capital and
Yes.
labor, though the output is decreases, that is called DRTS. DRTS. It is called diseconomies of scale. It is called economies of scale. Economies of scale. Have you understood this one? So here,
Yes, sir.
yeah. See here, see the first objective to examine the economies of scale of major vegetable growers. For example, I have taken the data from that vegetable growers. So whatever they are spending some amount of money, whether they are getting returns or not, nothing but whether they are farm, nothing but whatever they are cultivating the farm, whether they are getting returns or not, nothing but whether they are investing 1 rupee, whether they are getting 1 rupee or more than 1 rupee or less than 1 rupee. That is the main objective, right? And second one is that to evaluate and identify the determinants of return to scale or return on investment. That is different. Okay, so I will show you that economies of scale of major vegetables. So see here, I have taken the data in terms of multiple natural log linear regression. For example, see, so generally when you are taking this Cobb-Douglas production function, this is called coefficient values. Coefficient nothing but, so the Cobb-Douglas data, when you are taking the Cobb-Douglas production function, the data in the log forms only, log form data. Log form, as you know, what do you mean by log form data? For example, simple, for example, if you take the capital and labor, for example, the capital is, for example, 10 machines, 100 labors. When you convert the data in the log form, log K, log L, how much it comes? Can anybody tell me that? What is the log value of 10? Simple, we can
100
convert the
log
data
10.
into logarithm. Yes, please.
100 log to the power 10.
Yeah, the log 10. 2 or 1? You can calculator, you can
10 to the power 10.
yes, please.
10 to the power 10.
No, what is the log of K? 10 value ఎంత వస్తుంది when you convert the data into logarithm? Simply you can open the calculator in your mobile, then you can option, first you can select that log value, log option. Is it visible? LG nothing but log. The log value 10 is nothing but 1. When the log value is 100, that is comes 2. Have you checked or can I show you? Simple, you can open your calculator in your mobile. So there is a LG option is there. LG nothing but log, LOG log. Okay, so you can click this log, then it will, some bracket will ask, you can enter the 10, so result will be 1. If you enter the 100, result will be 2. So here the log value is 10, 1, and log value of 100 is 2. So why we can convert this kind of data in the logarithm? So in order to reduce the gap between the variable, nothing but what are the values are there. For example, if you take absolute values 10 and 100, how much the difference is there? 90. For example, if you take this one, how much the difference is? Only 1. Okay. Sometimes you have the another variables also. For example, age, experience. Okay. For example, when you are in industry, you may have the more labors, 1000 labors also there, right? So therefore, so in order to reduce the gap between the variables, think but in order to reduce the gap between the variable. For example, sometimes not only reduce the gap between the variable, so in order to maintain the same, nothing but here when the the value will be changed. For example, the capital in terms of machines, labor in terms of human beings, for experience in terms of years. For example, if you take exports in terms of crores or lakhs, so therefore whatever you are going to take some variables, so in order to maintain uniformity in the data, uniformity in the data, so we should convert the data into logarithms. So wherever you are going to take logarithm value, Cobb-Douglas production function, so the Cobb-Douglas production function as in the log form only, log form. Okay, log form. So therefore, I have taken the log form, that is ln. Ln nothing but here there is a difference between LG and ln. LG and ln. LG nothing but logarithm. Ln nothing but natural logarithms. Natural logarithm. For example, in your calculator also you can have the ln. ln is nothing but natural logarithms. So you can enter the 10, you will get different values. For example, if you convert the data into natural logarithm of k, natural logarithm of cap labor. So how much you will get it? For example, see ln, you can click the ln first. Okay, ln, then you can click the 10. How much you will get it? 2.3. 2.3. For example, if you enter 10, 100, 4.6. 4.6. So the value will be changes, more or less the difference will be same. For example, here the difference is off, here difference is all off. Okay. So here natural logarithm. So I have taken the natural logarithm data. So I have taken the data and I have converted the data into natural logarithms. So what I have taken the data, see return on investment. For example, whatever they are investing. Okay. And what are the variables are determining the investment. So these are some data which is a descriptive statistic. Here in our study, I think where I didn't find it correctly. Yeah, here see, for example, whatever we have the coefficient values here, see price, profit, yield, and market supply, such as whatever I have taken example. So we should add all the values of coefficient values, all the coefficient values. So whatever we are calculating like this, so it is not correct one in our study. Okay, so it is not example, but where whatever you are taking independent variables value, that is the capital and labor. So here I the table was missing where it was. Okay, but whatever you are going to take variables, you should add the all the values. You should add the all the values. That is called this coefficient values. Coefficient values. For example, on the base of coefficient values only, we will come to know that whether the farm is getting economies of scale or diseconomies of scale. Nothing but whether the profit is whether the farm is getting increased return or decreasing return. So most of the farms cannot get constant return to scale. So probably most of the farms will get increased return or decreased return. Only, for example, out of 100%, so 60 to 70% they may get increase in return to scale. So remaining 30 to 40% will be increased return to scale. If you consider only except 5%, it may be constant return to scale. Constant return to scale. Yeah. Is any have you understood a little bit or hello? Hello.
Understood, sir.
Understood. Yeah. So then one example has come in the other examination. Say here, if the production function that is called y is equal ak or sorry al alpha k1 minus alpha, where alpha is between 0 to 1, then it is a dash. So what is the answer? So here you can understand, if the production function pf is nothing but a production function, that is y is equal a alpha al alpha k 1 minus alpha where alpha is between 0 to 1. What is alpha? The coefficient of labor, right? Here the coefficient of labor here, not capital. Okay, as per the question. Okay, so the alpha value lies between 0 to 1, nothing but the alpha value highest is 1, lowest is 0, right? So here we can y is equal to al alpha k 1 minus alpha. Okay, for example here if you assume that, so here the value will be somewhere 0 to 1. So which one can you guess? You can imagine that what is the alpha value? So can anybody can tell me that? Can you tell anything, any value which is range between 0 to 1?
5.
Yes, please.
5.
0.5 or 5?
0.5.
0.5. For example, as there where the alpha is between 0 to 1. So therefore, next you can take alpha, L alpha is 0.5, K 1 minus, what is alpha? 0.5, right? So
5.
AL 0.5, K 1 minus 0.5, how much? 0.5, right? So you should add alpha and 1 minus alpha
Beta.
here as per that, or alpha plus beta. Okay.
Beta
For example, 0.5, 1 minus 0.5 is equal to the 0.5 plus 0.5 is equal to how much?
1.
1. So whereas if you add 0.5 plus the beta is nothing but, as I told you in the last class or today, beta is nothing but 1 minus alpha also, 1 minus alpha, right? So therefore here 0.5 is equal to 1. So if you go through like this, you can get 1. If you do like this, you will get 1, same answer. Okay. So therefore what we can conclude here, if the production function y is equal like this, where the alpha is between 0 to 1, then it is a
Constant return to scale.
constant return to scale or homogeneous.
Okay, sir.
Homogeneous Cobb-Douglas production function. Cobb-Douglas production function of degree 1. Simple, degree 1. So what is the degree 1? Nothing but the power of the values, nothing but the exponent value of the alpha and beta is equal to 1. If the degree is more than 1, that is called increased return to scale. If the degree is less than 1, that is called decreasing Cobb-Douglas production function. Have you understood? Yes, please. Hello.
Sir?
Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
అర్థమైందా?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, ఇది డిక్రీజ్ అండ్ రిడక్షన్ ఫంక్షన్ అనొచ్చా? అట్లా అనొచ్చు. ఇంకొకటి మళ్ళా Cobb-Douglas ప్రొడక్షన్ ఫంక్షన్ అది డిక్రీజ్ అట్లా కూడా అనొచ్చా సార్?
అర్థం కాలే.
ఇప్పుడు మనం
ఇక్కడ 1 వచ్చింది కదమ్మా, 1 వచ్చినప్పుడు డిక్రీజింగ్ ఎందుకంటావు?
సారీ కాన్స్టెంట్. సో అది కాన్స్టెంట్ రిటర్న్ టు స్కేల్ అని అంటే అంటే కరెక్ట్ మీనింగ్ వస్తుందా లేకపోతే ఇట్లా మొత్తం ఫుల్ అనాలా?
కాన్స్టెంట్ రిటర్న్ టు స్కేల్ అన్న సేమే, హోమోజీనియస్ కప్ డబుల్ ప్రొడక్షన్ అన్న, లేకపోతే లీనియర్ హోమోజీనియస్ అన్న, నథింగ్ బట్ లీనియర్ హోమోజీనియస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఓన్లీ వన్. సో కాన్స్టెంట్ అన్న నో ప్రాబ్లం. బట్ ఎగ్జామ్ లో ఎప్పుడైనా అడిగేది ఏంటంటే కాన్స్టెంట్ అడగరు, హోమోజీనియస్ అడుగుతుంటారు చూడండి, హోమోజీనియస్. ఓకే, రిమెంబర్ బోత్ ఆర్ సేమ్, బట్ most of the times in examination they may ask that linear homogeneous cup double production function. Okay. See, some UGC net and certain other examinations they may ask like this. For example, question AK alpha L beta, where alpha is equals 0.6 and beta is equals 0.4. Okay, then the function or the production function is said to be. Okay, for example, sometimes they be give like this, alpha and beta. So as you know, alpha and beta, how much? So we need to add the coefficient amma. Remember, again I'm saying that we should add the coefficient value. There is a 0.6 plus 0.4, you will get 1. Okay,
1.
so then it is said to be linear homogeneous Cobb Douglas production function. Okay, sometime they may ask the question here, say AK alpha L 1 minus alpha, like this. Okay, so here where alpha is equal to 0.4, alpha is equal to 0.4, then this production function, is said to be how much? So sometimes they may mention according to the Cobb Douglas only, it should be 1, because see, as I told you, alpha is equal to 0.4. So 1 minus alpha nothing but 0.1 minus 0.4, which is 0.6. So 0.6 plus 0.4, 1, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sometimes they may ask the question related same like this. According to the Cobb Douglas production function, alpha is equal to 0.6 and beta is equal to 0.7. Then the function is said to be what?
Increase return to scale.
Increasing return to scale. Okay, because the alpha and beta value is high. So generally you can remember one question may ask that. So according to the Cobb Douglas production function, which coefficient is high? Let me know. Anybody can know which coefficient will be high? Yes, please. So probably according to the Cobb Douglas function, the alpha value will be high because the labor cannot influence more the output. Have you understood? So when you take the output is mainly dependent on what? Capital and labor. In order to increase output, so will we use more capital or more labor? Even if you use more labor, so without capital you cannot increase more output. With using small labors, if you use more capital, for example, or more machines, so you can produce more and more. So therefore the coefficient of the capital will be high compared with the labor. For example, in the olden days, so instead of the labor productivity is very less compared with the machines. Okay, have you understood? So where, for example, some companies, so they can use only less capital and more labor. For example, see, which are depend on the labor industries. Labor is nothing but which is based on the labors only. For example, okay, for example, some in the industry, if you take cooking, for example, if you take hotels, for example, hotel is one of the industry if you consider. Okay, so in order to produce biryanis or other things, or chicken or mutton biryani, so for example, will they use machines? For example, in order to cook some for example, a cooker, something like that, they may use. For example, at the same time, if they use labors, so without using capital, nothing but more labors will be used and less capital will be used. So therefore the labor coefficient will be high, nothing but in order to produce output, so they can use more labor compared with the capital. Have you understood the example? Hello, Sonalika,
Yes, sir.
have you understood? Anybody didn't understand? Let me know. Yes, please. Sonalika, Sudhakar, Anita, Jasmine, Pavani, Sivisha, Vandana, Moben, Divya, Supriya, Sarupa, Jyoti, Amala, Sanusha, Srikant, Naresh, Urmila, Lavanya, Divya Sri.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So shall I take one more class after 11 o'clock? If you are free, then I will take.
Yes.
Otherwise, I can take because today is